Let's start in the basement. It's not exactly the cheapest F250 that I could find because obviously it's a crew cab, but it's pretty dang close. $54,000 versus $99,000. I think we can actually round up to 100. I think there's 45 grand worth of difference. We got a 6.8 liter gasser, 4x4 base, XL rubber and vinyl special. And over here, King Range with a high output red badge 6.7. Instead of doing it normal this time, I want to start off with the stickers because that's the whole point of this competition. We're going to start right here with the King Range. All right, 99,000. So there's all your normal options right there, but I don't really care about that. Let's see what extras we got. Ruby red metallic for ruby red paint, $495. 6.7 liter high output power stroke, $13,495. 10-speed automatic torque shift, no charge. 331 electronic gear ratios out the back, 430. That's awful high gear ratio. Anyway, I guess it's a gas mileage. All-weather floor mats without carpet, which is basically the rubber floor mats. I have said this 100 and a million times. You know that company WeatherTech that's made the mats for like 10, 15, 20 years or whatever? They have to be losing money now because all the car manufacturers are making their own versions of WeatherTech. Anyway, just an observation. All right, let's keep going. We got a chrome package for $1,240. That gives us chrome wheels, 20-inch FX off-road package. That's $550. We get a few extra skid plates. Power running boards, no charge. 11,100 gross vehicle weight package. Engine block heater. We can take this into California. Sirius XM, we get a 3-month trial. High capacity trailer tow package, no charge. Roof clearance lights, 95 bucks. Secure code keyless pad. Oh, I know what that is. Whoa, they're charging $455 for that now? That's that number pad. You know what that is. Moon roof power twin panel, $1,500. We got the tough bed spray in liner for $625. We've also got a first aid kit and it's got a Ford logo for 60 bucks. Ringing in at $99,230. Now, let's come right over here to XLville. All right, here we go. Guess, oh, that's some good backlight right there. Got a 2025 F250 single rear wheel 4x4 crew cab, Oxford white, medium dark slate vinyl. We got a 10-speed automatic torque shift. We got a 6.8 liter V8 gasser. I don't care about all that. Once again, we still have no EPA numbers. We've got a 373 gear for $430. The 10-speed, still no charge. They're going to throw in a front license plate bracket this time. We can take it to California, and there is a spare tire and a jack for no charge. $54,415. So, for the rest of the review, we will refer to it as $99,000 versus $54,000. So 45 grand worth of difference. Now let's see if it's worth it. All right. Let's start in the basement because if we start there or if we start here, then we're just really gonna hate that XL. I mean, we're gonna just despise this sucker. It does have the step on the bedside and the bumper. So we've got the same type deal going on right there. It's got the step. There's those power running boards hanging underneath there. We got no running boards on this truck, just a pair of 5-spoke Steelies right there. 4-wheel drive package, so it's not the FX4. In case you think it's going to have a power and a soft opening tailgate, I don't think so. Boom! We've got no LED lights. We've got no storage, but it does come with some leaves in there. No bed liner, no nothing like that. No Zuzus, no wham-whams, but see the camera right there above the tailgate hitch? I will put the numbers in there as far as the towing, and we'll do all the stats like normal. All right, let's keep on going. Move on up here to our 4-door. What the hell? Oh, it's a tractor. Oh, they trim it. I was like, what the heck? All right, look at that. Oh, does that say F-Series across there like that? Well, check that out. I mean, you may never see that because it'll be dirty. But anyway, all right, so we've got 2 USB-Cs right there. We've got a vitamin 12 to plug up something. Got a couple of cup holders right there. We got no map pockets, no Zuzus, no wham-whams on the back of that seat, no vents either. hard plastic everywhere because that's all you're gonna get. We got a power window switch right there. We do have still the split folding seat. No armrest, no sliding rear window. We do have some old crap handles right there to kind of help us in there. We do have a Sprite can holder. All right, moving right along, moving right along. It says Ford right there. We got power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, and that's probably the extent of our Zuzus and our Wham Whams. Manual seats. One thing I do like about the base model trucks is we do get the little change holder down there. You can throw some keys in there or whatever. I always kind of like that. We've moved away from real e-brakes. I mean, that is a real e-brake, but it is now electronic. There is no just get in there and push your leg in there. That's gone. Long, long gone. Vinyl seats. Oh, God. How many people at the end of the day, your legs stick to that? I used to work for a landscape company, and my buddy, he had a 7.3 F-250 extended cab back in the day, and it had a vinyl interior, and God, that truck stunk. And that's amazing because it had rubber floors. Anyway, our work trucks, they're supposed to be stinking. People be doing stuff. All right. Look at that little bitty baby screen. My cell phone's about the same size. We got no dual zone climate control, but we do have air conditioning. USB-C and USB right there. We got a vitamin 12. Good God, we got 3 C's and a regular right there and a 12 volt all within 6 inches of each other. All right, we do have a little extra storage right there. Decent sized glove box. There's not going to be many Zuzus and Wham Whams, but you do get a compass. We've got some nice interior lighting, a column shift. Right there's your shifters if you want to really get wild. We do have cruise control, 4.3 whole miles. It is 4-wheel drive. You got drive modes? Oh yeah, show me your drive modes. Are you serious? Normal, slippery roads, off-road. All right, it does have a couple drive modes. I'll be damned. Oh, let's go to the other one. We got tow and eco. All right, check that out. Drive modes in the cheapie, in the base. All right, let's go ahead and pop us the hood right here because here's the thing. That's it. That's all the amenities I can show you inside this one. See what I mean? If we'd have started with the King Ranch, we wouldn't have even come over here. Now, in Gasserville, just like in Dieselville, over there you can do the regular 6.7 or you can do the high output 6.7. Over here in Gasserville, you could do a 6.8 liter like this truck has, or you could do the 7.3. They call that engine the Godzilla engine. Does that bother anybody else? That's a Nissan thing. We need to come up with like some other name. I don't know, Thor or something. I just don't like calling it Godzilla. But right there she be, 6.8 liters worth a big monster V8. 2 valves. These engines right here, this and the 7.3, there's it's very simple old school engine technology. That's why they're in the work trucks. Those trucks right there will last for a really, really long time. You just got to keep the oil changed in those and they'll go, go, go. $99,000 worth of King Ranch. Listen, it doesn't really look that much different from the outside. It's all about them guts. Because when we open up the door, now, this actually would have benefited from a tan stripe on the bottom or a cream stripe or even a black stripe. It's begging for a two-tone. But we got chrome shoes right there. Look at them burners. You know, all that EPA stuff, you know, the fluid, the DEF fluid looks like windshield washer fluid that the diesel guys have to put in besides diesel. I'm sorry, that's such a crock of crap for y'all. But anyway, that may be going away. If anybody knows something else about that, I've been seeing all kinds of EPA stuff that they're rolling back some of that. Because let me explain something to you, okay? And this is just my opinion. It doesn't really matter which brand of diesel you get. Ram rocks Cummins, Chevy rocks Duramax, and Ford rocks Power Stroke. It doesn't really matter. They're all very reliable. It's all the crap that the EPA and all that they make them put on there that makes diesels unreliable. That's just my opinion, but diesels are pretty reliable engines, and still you until you have to start squirting exhaust, and until you have to start squirting fluid into the exhaust pipe. King Ranch. All right, got the steps in the bumper, got a nice chrome bumper. Gonna have a soft opening tailgate. We've got the attachment right here. Let's go ahead and, oh yeah, show them your girth. You ready to see this thing's girth? Look at that. Oh son, that is the girth. One little step right there. All right, it's very simple. Put your foot right up there, then you take a hand, free hand, grip that shaft, and just pull yourself right on up there. Let me explain something to you just here real quick. I'm about 271 pounds this morning. I must have gained some weight. I don't know, we're fluctuating. But I'm standing on the step right now, even giving a little two-way bounce. It's weighted for about 350, 400 pounds. So do I think you should get on here and start jumping up and down and carrying multiple sandbags off and all that? I don't know if I'd trust it that much, but I do trust it to come up in here and talk to y'all from it. All right, we got some LED lights on all of the corners right there. We've got no storage, but we do have a nice little bed liner right there. It doesn't have the gooseneck setup and all that, but it's right there and it could be done quite easily. Coming on around, we'll get the ladder later. All right. Automatic running boards. Those guys are gonna pop out right there. Woo! Sorry, I try to contain it. Listen, think about this for just a second. You see your car sometimes when you're driving down the road, and you'll see it like through the window of a department store. You're going past the mall or something like that. You know what I'm talking about. Or you'll see the outside when you're washing it. But when you're driving, when you're sitting there and you're driving, what are you looking at? You're looking at the interior. Good God, it's so freaking hot here. Look at that, there's a freaking lake. Anyway, let's do the little squishy squish, because there was no squishy squish over there, but the squishy squish is strong here. Squishy. Squishy squish, super squishy squish. We're still squishy. Hard plastic down low, B&O sound system. Got a Sprite can holder. Oh, look at that right there. Oh, that breaks me back to like 1984, to like a file cabinet. Anyway, nice little faux wood right there. We got some vents on the back of the center console right there. We got some heated seats. Got some USB-Cs right there to charge up phones. We got a full-blown power outlet in there. Heated seats. We got a problem. Casey, that is not what I think it is it? It sure enough is. Now, we've already talked about $99,000 worth of King Ranch. And now we're gonna come up here and we're gonna have to screw that in when we purchase. Anyway, it's just an observation. Ford, let's get us one of those little shark things that I see on some of those other stuffs. But anyway, don't you worry. You can still screw they'll let you screw your own antenna in if you want to. All right, there is floor mats and all of that. It does have a rear sliding window. We've got a center console right there with a couple of cup holders. This has the same top deal as the other truck does. This one also has the plastic bin underneath the split folding seat. That way you can put tools and stuff in there so they're not rolling around all over the cab. All right, all right, all right. Moving right along. Right along. God, just look at it. Can y'all smell it? Smell it? Oh, look how cold it is in here. Look at that. Sorry. Look at that. Oh, yes. Anyway, look at that. We got a little, let me wipe that off so y'all can get the full effect. Oh, look at that right there. King Ranch. Got some nice off sage piping right there. Some stitchings going on. Softest soft. Anyway, all right, we got little double-decker storage right there, little hidden stuff right there. Look at that. We got the Alamo or something going on right there. Ah, the river runs through it. I do have a problem with this. I don't like it on the center console when you're driving. Now, these are real-world problems right here. I mean, this is this would be some serious issues. I mean, imagine you got a $99,000 brand new truck, and the problem that you have with it is your forearm scrapes across the center console. But it does. If you wear long sleeve shirts and coats and jackets and stuff, that doesn't matter. But I don't dress like that. I'm a hobo. So, oh, there's your number pad right there. There's that $490 charge. All right, we got power pedals, power electric brake. We got memory 3 seats right there. Folding in mirrors. Let's watch our mirrors get larger. Oh, yes. All by the touch of the button. Oh, those extended further than I thought. Bring them back in. If that's not enough, you can also bring them in right there. Got the American flag right there, a little brushed aluminum as we're getting in. Grab the old handle right there and let's, permission to come aboard, sir. See what I mean right here? Look. See? Like I said, real world problems. Real world problems. Got a big huge hole in the roof, but like I told you from the beginning, Ford put it there on purpose, so it's okay. It's okay. The screen is already pulled up right there, so let's go ahead and talk about it. We got massaging seats, and Ford even is going to let the passenger get in on some of that. But oh yeah, they do all kinds. Lower rolling, upper rolling. Right, like right now, I've got full recovery, but it's only set on level 1. We could make that more power. Oh, see, is that all we got? So anyway, but there's some. Ooh, I felt something come up around my taint. Oh, my buttocks. Felt it right up there along the bottoms of my sack. Anyway, oh, whoop, whoop, up. Okay, well, let's just, you take them all back. It's okay, buddy. You can take them all back. All right, so we've got satellite radio, we've got navigation. I mean, we've been in so many of these, we already know what they are. There's your exhaust Jake brake right there. Got a little upper hole right there. It is what it is. I mean, we've talked about them 392 different times. Column shift, I still believe that column shift for big trucks like this instead of shifters down here. I like the column shift. As far as down here, we got a USB-C, a USB-D, got a wireless charging pad down here. 4 cup holders. If you don't like that, you could have just 2. We've seen 1 Ford key, we've seen them all. You got any drive modes in there? I bet we do. Your little cheaper cousin had some. What you got going for us? Let's go over here all the way. We got the Eco, see? Now we get the full picture. Oh, there's the tow haul. Normal. Slippery. And then off-road, and it's gonna do a bunch of stuff right there. See? It's now put up the camera on the front right there. We've got us a compass. Can you see the heads-up display right there? Now we've got, it's going to tell us we're in 4 high. It's going to show the 0 degrees pitch and roll. We got the tack on the bottom, mile per hour. Anyway, I hope you guys can see that heads-up display because it's actually a pretty cool heads-up display. All right, let's go ahead and get back out of all of that, and we'll put it back into normal, or no, just Eco. All right, we got heated and cooled seats in here. If you don't want that to show right there, you can close it up, have some more of that nice 80s wood showing right there. Got another power outlet. That makes a total of 2 in this truck. Also, center console, got the Coinstar bin, 2 more USB-Cs down in there. Let's look at this power stroke. Let's look at this stroker. Some folks say they'd rather be coming than stroking. Duramax guys, you never get added to that. Sorry. All right. 2 different levels of stroke nowadays. Ram picked up there the Chevrolet, the Duramax. It's still got 1,000 pound, less than 1,000 pound-feet of torque. Ram's putting out about 1,050 or 1,075. The base model Power Stroke, the reason why we're talking about torque as opposed to horsepower, because these are pulling machines. Remember, trucks like this, they're rated to tow 20,000, 25,000. I'll put the numbers up in there somewhere. The difference between all of this, the more of the boring part, we'll put all the numbers in there. But on this is the high output, so you got 500 horsepower on this one and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. If you do not get the high output and you get just the black 6.7 badge, so you've got the red down there, and if it's just the black one, that's how you can tell. It's not, it's more than that, but it's just so you can tell if you're driving by or whatever you're looking for trucks. The black one puts out 450 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque. So, I mean, it's not like the standard Power Stroke is a puss. The standard still has more power than the Duramax. Actually, the Duramax has more horsepower. I think the Duramax has 475 horsepower and 975 pound-feet of torque. Guess I'll have to put that number in there now since I mentioned it. I want to say something though, one thing about these front ends, and this is just my opinion, but it's such a boring front end. All I see is the number 3 right there. Like, I think of Babe Ruth when I see that. Or look, it's an inverted 3 or a reverse 3, so now I'm thinking of 33, Alonzo Mourning. And then over here, it's just like a big pair of brackets. It's just, I don't like the front end of the Fords. Now that's just my personal opinion, but I mean, the way that I see it, and this is just me, if I was building the perfect truck, I would have a GMC 2500 body, a Cummins underneath the hood, and that King Ranch interior, because the guts inside that truck, some of the nicest guts I've ever been in. Let's go for a drive. Whoa, wait a minute here. F-250 XL with a 6.8 liter gasser. This is pretty much the most base F-250 you can get. I mean, you could do a regular cab, but I mean, we got rubber floors, vinyl seats, the base F-250 engine. This is the smallest engine you can get. I mean, we got no stroke underneath the hood, but we do have over 400 horsepower and over 400 pound-feet of torque. But it's $54,000. So this truck right here is actually a lot cheaper. Well, this is like at the price of an F-150. Now the gas mileage is gonna suck because gassers tend to get worse gas mileage than diesels anyway in the big trucks. But so you got to keep that in mind. That's part of the deal with diesels. Like a diesel on the interstate, you might get 20. Now towing, that's a different story, but just driving the truck, you might get 20. But in this, I'd say the most you're ever gonna see is 15. I mean, that's just me being honest. I don't even know if you could see 15. But I'd say a normal number that you're gonna see is like 12, 13, 11, 9. Down as we go. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't spin. Power stroke. HO, high output. All the beans. This is the most powerful Ford engine you can get right now. This is it. Even more, I mean, it doesn't have more horsepower than the Raptor R, but it's got way more torque than the Shelby 500 engine and the Raptor R engine. Anyway, this is by far the most powerful engine. 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque, and it's all wrapped up with a King Ranch F-250. $99,000. That's a hell of a nut. Guess I should have worried about this spinning the tires.